Hi Aquarius, I hope you guys are doing great today. These are going to be general messages for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for January 6th to January 12th, 2020. So guys, listen, general messages. So if they don't fit, try not to make them fit if you're not vibing with it. Definitely check out your rising sign, your moon sign, and your Venus sign as well for extra messages. So let's get right into this. I'm going to be opening up with a few minutes of astrology because this is just too big a week to not mention it. And if you really don't want to listen to the very big occurrences that are going on in the sky this week, really going to be affecting everyone, just fast forward until you see me pulling the cards, okay? So let's get right into this. We have on January 8th, we have Jupiter conjuncting the south node of Capricorn. And when we talk about nodal energies, I know a lot of people ask me about it. As a tarot community, not everybody is on equal footing with the astrology aspect. So the South Node, just so you know, is what's stagnant or past its expiration date in your life, whereas the North Node is what we need to develop to achieve inner balance and fulfillment. Okay, so we have this Capricorn is in the South Node. This is all about karma. So this week is all about where the energies are going to be meeting up with our karmic past, and where we're really going to be pushed to look at our past, this past year especially, and what's coming forward. You know, what's moving forward with us, and what are we detaching from? Where have we been blocking ourselves from being successful or victorious in either relationships or business dealings or friendships or even family situations? Really understanding where that holding back is located is really important right now. And Jupiter is going to be in there to help all of us tap into our wisdom to help figure out what needs to be implemented, which is that nurturing North Node, right, to grow us. So that's happening on the 8th. And on the 10th, and that's very important. Then on the 10th, we have the full moon lunar eclipse happening at 20 degrees of Cancer. Okay. So we're going to have two of these. This is the first one. The second one is going to be happening in the summer. And I'm calling the 6-month span between it the 6-month workspace to work on or work out something that needs to end, be transformed, or really, really focused on in order for us to move forward in the way that we're meant to. So the moon is at home in Cancer. So this is going to be pretty intense energy, I'm not going to lie, but this is going to be pushing us to figure out what needs nurturing and cultivating in our lives. And the thing to know here is that while we're over here transforming, ending, or focusing on this thing that needs help in our life, or that needs changing, transforming, or dropping off, we're going to have something new sort of slipping in our back door that may not be clear to us right away, but it will become clear, okay? And then on January 11th, we have Uranus going direct. And Uranus is the planet of surprise. I've been calling it the big boom planet. There's a lot of movement here. It's a real shaker energy, and it's going direct after having been in retrograde since August. Okay, so this is what's really going to be pushing us out of any area in our life that we feel like we've been in a rut in. This is going to illuminate where we've been feeling stuck. And he's in Taurus, which is going to be helping us to see what needs adjusting or changing in our physical 3D world. Is there are structures in our life that just won't work anymore. So it's time to tear them down and innovate, update, or change. And as we do this, Uranus is going to bring us like this new pentacle type of energy. What I mean by that is because Taurus is a pentacle energy, it's an earth energy. So if your issue is career, this can be either the offer of a new job, or an idea is going to hit you to change direction within your career, change majors in school, something having to do with your career sector, or if it has to do with issues with relationships or friendships, this is the energy where you're going to be just serendipitously making new connections that are meant to be on your path, okay? So that's really, really positive. And then on the 11th or the 12th, depending on where you live in the world, we have this thing that everyone's been talking about. We have the Saturn-Pluto conjunction. This is a really big energy. It's a big energy by itself. And now throw in everything that I just mentioned. And why is it a big energy? Because it only happens every 34 years. We're ending a 34-year cycle and we're starting a new one. And I'm calling this like ending the 34-year pentacle energy, going into the 34-year air, right? Everybody's talking about the age of Aquarius hitting, and it is Aquarius. Aquarius is an air energy. And what rules Aquarius is Uranus, and Uranus rules technology. So we are leaving this 34-year span where it was kind of all about like money and possessions and and just gaining sort of status, having to do with physical, right? A lot of having to do with the physical. And now we're going to be entering this age of technology and communication. But I like to call it just air, because it's not only about Aquarius and this technology. What else is there? Gemini is air and Libra is air. Gemini's ruler is Mercury, all about communication. And Libra is ruled by Venus. And anything Venusian has to do with how we connect in our intimate relationships, in our close connections, and also our relationship with money. So it's going to be this advances in technology, thinking out of the box, how we connect to each other, how we connect within ourselves, to ourselves, and with the outer world. So this is a really big energy. And we have Pluto in there helping us with this transformation, and Saturn in there helping us to mature, to really help develop the strong foundation that we're going to be experiencing for the next 34 years. Now, many of us are going to be experiencing this transformational energy as loss. Others of us as very big, obvious gifts. It does depend, guys, on what else is in your planet. What else is in your chart, rather. You know, where your planets are aligned, natally, what your blueprint is. But regardless, the change is happening. We are all feeling it. And it's not going to happen overnight. This is a trip that we're traveling on, and we're not supposed to have all of the answers just yet. So that's why this 6 months is very, very important moving forward on how it's going to roll out. Now, in the same way, talking about all these things that need to be changed, transformed, and this, that, it's also very important for you to pay attention to what Jupiter has helped you to see in your life that does work, because Uranus is going to be in there to help you make whatever that area is, be it relationship, job, whatever it is, even more solid. So in that way, it's really, really good, okay? So let's get into the tarot, but all of that is just very important for us to know energetically moving forward into this next space. So we're going to pull... I have to shuffle this card separate in two shifts, this particular deck, because it's very big. But I'm going to be pulling a crowning energy for this week of the 6th to the 12th, and then we'll pull a card for your gift and a card for your challenge. We'll pull qualifiers, pull some love oracles at the end, and then a message of advice for all Aquarians moving forward for this week. All right, hope you guys are doing really great today. Very rainy here in New York. I don't know how it is by you, but it's all good. Messages for Aquarius. 8 of water, 8 of cups, 8 of cup energy. Okay, good. And let's get your gift. Is the 10 of fire. 10 of wands. That is the 10 of wands. And then we have the Hierophant for your challenge. Okay. Okay, so let's get right into this. Let's pull some of this. So 8 of wands is the 8 of cups. So this is you really focusing on what it is that you want to build in your heart space. And this can have to do with career. These are general messages, guys. So I do try to connect them to relationships, career, as well as friend and family circumstances. So this has to do with you really starting to solidify where it is that you want to go in this area that's on your heart right now. So if you're here looking for advice for career, it's you really figuring out, it's you growing out of confusion. You're leaving the state of confusion. You feel like you're becoming more solid in what it is that you really want out of a job, out of a career, out of your friendship. What do you really want to gain out of your family connections? But this is you starting to gain this clarity and recognizing what it is that needs to be left behind. You know, it's siphoning out what's not working and what is working, and really gravitating towards the healthier aspects of your life and recognizing what needs to go. And there can be a sense of sadness in this, because there is a release of something here, but at the same way, there's something positive about heading towards something that you have already identified as being healthier for you, right? So now we have the 10 of fire, which is actually the gift of the week. And I really like this energy. And I like when I get these, people leave comments like, what the hell kind of gift is that? 10 of fire is the 10 of wands, and the 10 of wands indicates the end of a cycle. But it's the end of a cycle of feeling very overwhelmed. it's like something has reached the precipice. You've reached the point that you just can't take anymore of something or someone, some sort of situation, and you having to just put down the wands. Now, this is also the energy of the multitasker. So for many of you, could just be so super busy, so super busy this week that you just have to press the pause button. Maybe you're working a lot of hours, you know, you just have all of these obligations to go to. Maybe you have a lot of like layover celebration, you know, to deal with, having to do with the new year and the holidays and all of that. Can definitely be that. But there's not only, it's not only busyness in the 3D, it's also busyness in your own head. So this is often unknotting some emotional circumstances that are going on in your life right now, and you're just trying to figure out the best path forward. But it is removing yourself from a situation that's become overwhelming. And it's just something that you really just can't take anymore, so you have to put the wands down. So this is a minor arcana. It's not a major arcana, so it's not a long, big energy. It's minor. So this can just simply be the end of a cycle of something that you were just finding very overwhelming. Okay, which is very like, well, these not shuffle, and I can't even pull them apart. How funny is that? Okay. Okay. Oh, well, you know what? I'm going to take these because these popped. Let's see what we have here. Okay, so this is in your recent past. This is you now. Get the Two of Cups energy. Okay, good. Okay, Four of Pentacles, your challenge. And then we have the outcome for this energy. So we have these and then a row of qualifiers. So we have, in the recent past, we have the Death reverse. So this indicates, yeah, recognizing the end of a cycle, just something ending. It's a Scorpio energy. It's Pluto. It's about transformation, exactly what we've been talking about. So this is about identifying something in your life that really kind of needs to be changed up. So this could be your job. This could be some of you, maybe if you're in school and you've had this kind of epiphany where, you know, before you go back to the next semester, you're realizing that you're not really happy studying what it is that you're studying. If this has to do with a relationship, you're ending a cycle in a relationship. Even if you're in a long, steady, solid relationship, this could indicate the end of a cycle. Because, you know, even solid, healthy relationships that go on for 40, 50 years, there's a cyclical element in it, right? And there's an ebb and flow. There are highs and lows. It's just the nature and the dynamic of life. But what I like about, I really like the Death card, because the Death card does indicate as soon as something ends, something new begins, right? And Archangel Raphael really does rule this energy as well. There's always that Archangel Raphael blessing with the new beginning, which is really good. This was not easy for you, though. It's in the reverse, which tells me that this cycle was quite emotional for you to end. Okay, so now the end, again, the end can mean a transformation of something in a new and better way, or it can be the ending of a cycle and you're starting something brand new with someone else or in something else. We have the Knight of Wands energy in your recent past, so there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of will. So this indicates to me that you were involved in a situation that you felt very deeply about, you had a lot of passion for, whether it was a person, a job, a friendship. You really felt very connected and that cycle ended, okay? But now in the present position right now, we have the Two of Cups, which indicates a sharing of intention. There's a solid intention here of wanting to not only share your heart and open up emotionally, but to actually kind of decide together that you want to begin a cycle as a couple, begin a cycle as a partnership in a business, begin a cycle in a career position. So this could certainly be starting a new job. You know, this does not have to only do with intimate relationship, but it's a new agreement within the heart space of solid intention and a movement going forward. And we have the Four of Pentacles energy. So the Four of Pentacles, we can look at this a couple of ways. It's certainly having what you need, but at the same time having what you need, but being kind of guarded at the same time. You see how tight he's holding that pentacle? And remember, pentacles it can be money and resources, but it's also mental, physical, and emotional connection. So while you're offering this cup, I do feel that some of you are in a mode of self-protection. This person may not even realize that you're in this mode of self-protection, because you do have what you need, but it's like you don't want some sort of cycle in your life to repeat itself. And so you are really just guarding yourself a little bit, which I actually think is very healthy, okay? Because you're dealing with the ending of this cycle. Feel like this has happened, you're dealing with the end of the cycle, and something new is coming in. Now, your challenge here is the Wheel of Year. And this is like the Wheel of Fate, right? The Wheel of Fortune. And this is all about fate. And you allowing fate to happen. And you allowing synchronicities to happen. And this is in your challenge here. So you're going to be challenged to let fate roll out. You're going to feel challenged to trust in synchronicities. I mean, and I don't mean to laugh. I just feel like this is really good. That's what's coming in. And you're just afraid of having your wish fulfillment. I mean, the Nine of Cups in reverse. This is your fear. You're afraid that this is not going to work out. You're afraid to trust in what's real here. And you don't have to. You don't have to. But Aquarius, listen. In your outcome, we have Justice reverse, which indicates unfairness. And then we have Six of Cups. Six of Cups reverse is what I call an unhealthy nostalgia. This is remembering something from your past that needs to stay in the past. This is you glorifying something that you were in at one time with rose-colored glasses on. You're just thinking, you're reflecting on something way more positively than you should be. And there's a missing here, though. This is a deep nostalgia. And I feel that this deep nostalgia is creating an imbalance for this thing to actually grow into what it's meant to grow into. Now, this could also indicate you holding on to a certain level of injustice that you've experienced. And you're remembering it front and center from your past, and you're trying to sift through it and make sense of it. You're trying to figure out how it's supposed to work in your life now. But I feel like this fairness that you're reflecting on, you're also at the same time remembering the good of this situation, which is where I get concerned. That's always a concerning energy to me, only because it is a card, and in a way, there is an element of self-deception because you're not remembering something 100% accurately. Not even to say that. You're remembering the good parts, but you're not remembering why, you're not remembering the not so good parts that actually ended the connection in the first place. Even though you're remembering the lack of fairness and how you were mistreated, or how this thing didn't work out for you, or why that job was bad, or what that friend did. But because you're having this fear of moving forward, there's this element of not fully wanting to let go to move into this next phase. So it's easier sometimes to remember and hold on to something from our past, even if it wasn't the best thing for us. Sometimes it's just an easier way of coping. And don't beat yourself up if you're doing that. It's our psyche's way of protecting ourselves. And sometimes we have to go in and trump that, right? And we have to be able to really, extricate ourselves from a situation that wasn't ultimately good for us, because fate here is happening. The wheel is turning. You are being given new opportunities that are really going to serve you much better. So holding on to whatever this is in the past isn't really going to serve you, because this cycle really does need to be done. And if you, can really embrace this, when this Eight of Water energy, this recognition that, whatever you're leaving really was not going to work out for you here, and that you're recognizing what needs to come with you and what needs to be left behind. Yeah. So however that resonates, so this can certainly be the ending of a cycle in a job, and you realizing that a new opportunity is coming in, or a new idea has occurred to you, and you want to really follow that. This could certainly have to do with a relationship. Whatever it was, though, and whatever you were in, it wasn't good for you. It was very taxing on your psyche more than anything. It made you emotionally exhausted. I mean, that's what the Ten of Fire is. It's about just being emotionally taxed, being pushed to that precipice. And healthy situations don't do that to us, guys, right? They just don't. Okay, so I'm not going to sweep this totally because I might refer back to it, but I just want you guys to keep in mind that the gift that's coming in, and this is a gift. This is a gift because whatever is coming in as a result of this ending is so good for you in this Two of Cups energy. This is good. All right, this is a new person coming in. This is a new job. There's newness here. There's newness. Now, for others of you, I do want to mention, yeah, you know what? I'm just getting that. I'm not even getting, actually. I'm not getting reconnection. I'm getting whatever you, if there's a reconnection here, it's not going to end up being very healthy for you. I feel like if it has to do with the relationship, if you're resonating with it on that level, and you've had the end of a cycle in a relationship, you're going to be meeting somebody now. But you're going to be in self-protection mode. That's okay. You know what? It's okay to be self-protective for a bit. You know, absolutely. You don't want to give away the whole farm right away. But you just want to make sure that you recognize that the cycle's over because it was fated, because this new thing is meant to be in your life. Just don't block that from coming in. Now, your challenge is the Hierophant energy. Hierophant energy is all about our spirituality, and it's how we frame our reality and our belief system. So this can be having to do with our religion, or it could have to do with however we understand spirituality and our moral code, our moral compass, and where it is that we actually develop these ideas. It could be from our first family, it could be from past experiences, or just things that we've studied. But the fact is, this is your challenge this week. So you tapping into your spirituality and being in connection with it is going to be a challenge for you. So for some of you, this could be a challenge tapping into your moral code and your moral compass. Maybe you're acting in ways that you really shouldn't be acting, right? These are general messages, so I have to just throw it all out there, making some not so great choices. For others of you, it's just feeling very sort of distant from God and distant from your guides and distant from spirit because of something that you're going through, and just questioning, you know, what it's all about. Yeah, I mean, you're feeling unsupported right now, many of you, and this is going to be a challenge. The Five of Pentacles in the past does indicate a lack mentality, right? But it's more mental than anything else. It's not really based in reality when we're dealing with the Five of Pentacle energy, right? Because all this person has to do is actually look up over their shoulder and they see the stained glass window, which is the Five of Pentacles of the church, right? Which has to do with spirituality, but also it's a place of... It's a place where reprieve can be found, right? Where, you know, because they're very cold, right? And they look hungry and they look like they're lacking. So you go into the church, it's warm in there, and they'll offer you food and solace and comfort. But they're not looking up, right? These people are just moving forward, focused on something else. So this is what I'm getting. Like in the past, you were just focused on where you felt lack, right? Because when we have the lack in the pentacle area, it could certainly be money, but it could also be just not feeling supported and not feeling like you're connecting to somebody. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles here as well in your past. So this is somebody wanting to come in and offer you something, but you just feeling a sense of lack. So if this had to do with a relationship, this could just be somebody offering you a relationship and you being in a relationship, but you just not feeling right in it. You're just not getting really what you want and what you need in it. Okay? And now in the present position, we have the Page of Cups reverse and we have the Four of Wands reverse. Okay, yeah. So to me, this is you either wanting to offer your cup to somebody or somebody wanting to offer their cup to you, but you just really feeling like this foundation is not solid. Somebody's very closed off here. There is a lack of openness. There's a lack of sharing of emotions, and there is a lack in the ability to create a firm foundation in something. So this could certainly have to do with, you know, You're just feeling like you hit a wall in your job. You're just not getting the support, the finances, what it is that you need, the satisfaction out of your job. And you're just recognizing that you're not going to have the foundation that you want built in your life through this career, and you're just not feeling it anymore. It's like you're not giving it your heart anymore. If this has to do with the relationship, this could have to do with closing yourself down. And there's a very closed off energy here, Aquarius, I do have to say. There really is. Guys, you have to excuse me. My cat is crying, so let me just... Okay, he stopped. He stopped. I'm not going to stop the reading because he's crying here. But yeah, so I'm sorry to have interrupted that. So yeah, so there is this feeling of lack here. Now the challenge is here, feeling like things are fair, feeling like we have temperance here. This is the alchemical energy. So this is all about what you need, what do they need, what does the relationship need? What do you need? What does your boss need? What does the job need? And is everybody getting their needs met? And this is in the challenge position. So this is you front and center recognizing where needs are not being met. You know, and that's a challenge for you. And the Chariot reverse is about somebody just being off course, not doing the right thing, making the wrong choices, but just not going in the right direction. Now, if this has to do with career, this is very obvious, guys. This is you just not being on the right path, either in your career or in your studies or whatever it is that you're aiming for right now. That's very clear. It's just not going to bring you what it is that you want, okay? And you're very confused about it. And you're trying to figure out in this Hierophant energy, like, what is it that's speaking to you? That has to do with career. Now, in the same way, if this has to do with relationship, you're just not getting what you want because you feel like this person you're dealing with has just gone off the straight and narrow. And they're just not who they were when you met them. They're not showing up in any really responsible way. They're making very bad choices. I feel like if this has to do with relationships, somebody is acting in a way that's not very honorable, that's really not in alignment with what you believe to be the correct behavior for somebody who's in a relationship. Okay? For sure. I mean, that is that Chariot energy is just making some really bad choices. Really bad choices. Okay, and in the outcome energy here for your challenges, we have the Queen of Cups. And this is you and the challenger just not willing to give your emotions to this person or this situation anymore. And we have the Wheel of Fortune here upright, and this is a fated situation. So this had to happen. This questioning had to happen. This situation had to happen. This feeling of lack having to do with job, with this friendship, with this relationship had to happen. This was fated and absolutely necessary in order to push you with this Eight of Wands energy, this Eight of Water energy, to recognize what needs to go and what's not working here. It's just really not working. But this is really you tapping into the Hierophant energy. I mean, this is deep because this is you tapping into exactly what works for you in your life. What do you believe in when it comes to relationships? What do you believe in as far as what career you should end up in? Now, for many of you, this could even be you're in a career because somebody encouraged you to get into it because they thought you would be really good at it. And maybe you are really good at it, but it's just not speaking to you. You know what I mean? You know, this could be that. Or this could be you being in a relationship for all the wrong reasons and you identifying that right now and really trying to get front and center with why you were even involved with this situation in the first place, right? So, yeah. So that's going to be in the challenge, but that this, whatever happened here is fated. It was meant to happen. Absolutely. So let's close these up and let's pull some love energies for those of you who are open to love. Not everybody is. Not everybody is. So let's pull some love oracles and see what kind of messages we get. Okay, for Aquarius for the week of January 6th to January 12th. Remember, guys, these are passing energies. And the energies you really don't understand the difference from Sunday to Monday, the 6th to the 7th, the 5th, 4th to the 5th, whatever. So these are, you know, it's when the energies are hitting, but we're going to be feeling it way before that and quite a bit after, for sure. Especially the energies that I mentioned in the astrology, absolutely. Okay, so this love oracle says, you may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. Guys, that's exactly what we were talking about here. So I have a feeling that this 10 of fire, which is a 10 of wands, ending of a cycle, this is a, it's an end of a cycle. There's always turmoil at the end of something, right? For change to happen. So I feel like if you're resonating with that, that could certainly have been having to do with relationship and that blessing. That blessing area. Yeah. You may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to events in your life. Isn't that the truth? Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. Okay, so let's pull 3 cards. That one wanted to come out. Let's see what else. We have camera. Camera. Reminiscing. Twin flames. Girl talk. Okay. So let's put the girl talk in the middle. So girl talk, this is not gender specific, it's just what they call it. But this is about time with friends, moving on, living in the moment, right? And just trying to have some fun. We have twin flame energies, yin yang, union, coupling, where you complement each other, okay? So we have a twin flame energy here. Then we have camera. Camera's about reminiscing, keepsake, perceptions, learning from the past, making memories. You know what, guys? I haven't done this for any of the other sides, but I feel like I want to pull some qualifiers for you for those. Yeah. And some qualifiers. Let's see what's going on here. Because I feel like I know what it is, but before I say it, I want to get some confirmation from the cards. Okay. All right, so, okay, yes, okay. So, first of all, this is not a reconnection with somebody. This is a new connection. This is you taking some space to heal yourself because you're realizing that the relationship that you've been in or just got out of, there was not going to be any growth. And this is really front and center truth for you. I mean, listen, the Queen of Swords has it figured out. As soon as somebody walks in the room, they don't even have to open their mouth. The Queen of Swords can figure out their motivation and what it is that they want. So you are really very aware that whatever it was that you were in was not good for you. Not good for you. Okay? But now we have this recognition is going to incite some healing. And this healing is going to allow you to open up to meet this twin flame energy, even though you have no idea what that even means, but you're willing to turn your back on where you've been because you want to start something new with this person. And then with camera, with the reminiscing, this is you looking back, looking out at your life. If you were to stay in that situation, and you know that it would have ended up being a toxic hot mess where you wouldn't have been able to tap into your truth and you wouldn't have been able to access your intuition. So whatever it is that you're remembering, you're recognizing that it's not healthy for you. But there is somebody new coming in and you're going to be developing this new path with them. So you may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there's always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. Yeah, the turmoil was meant to happen to bring you into this space so that you can meet this new person, because this new person is the one who you're meant to be with. Oh, I got chills. I got chills with that one. Got chills with that one, guys. I'm a Taurus moon. I get my messages in my body. So I kind of like that. All right. So let's get a healing, a card of advice. Card of advice for you. Card of advice for Aquarius for the week of the 6th to the 12th. Cycles. Okay. Yeah, I mean, life is cyclical sometimes, right? Things flow and sometimes, and other times they slow down. So really, this energy wants you to figure out what cycle of your life you're at right now, and what's the one area of your life that you need to focus most of your energy on right now. And that's exactly what we were talking about with the astrology, right? So is it time for you to focus like on your relationship, on your family? Do you need time alone to figure out what your true purpose is? Do you really kind of just ache to open up your heart and love fully and deeply and passionately? You know, or is this a time to just kind of step back and heal and regenerate? It's going to be something different for everyone. It's a general message, but each cycle that you encounter offers you fresh gifts and possibilities to learn and grow from. So the better you become at identifying the cycle that you're in your life, the more flow and the more harmony that you're going to experience, you know, in the choices that you make in your life moving forward. So really good. Good stuff, Aquarius. Things are shifting for you, but they're definitely going in a very positive direction. So I really like this for you. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.